In the sprawling concrete landscape of metropolitan journalism, where dreams of groundbreaking stories collide with the harsh realities of daily news cycles, there existed a young woman whose ambitions far exceeded her professional capabilities. Elena Martinez, at 25, embodied the quintessential struggling journalist, perpetually on the periphery of meaningful achievement, her bylines rarely gracing the front pages of her newspaper's editions. Her office at the local metropolitan daily was a testament to her perpetual state of professional mediocrity. Stacks of unfinished research papers littered her desk, press releases remained unread, and her editor's constant critiques echoed in her mind like a relentless, disheartening soundtrack. Elena's colleagues seemed to navigate the complex world of investigative reporting with an ease that perpetually eluded her, while she scrambled to piece together stories that were invariably deemed mundane and uninspired. Every morning, she would arrive at the newsroom with renewed determination, her laptop bag slung over her shoulder, harboring secret hopes that today might be different. Today might be the day she would uncover something extraordinary, something that would validate her years of journalistic training and prove to herself and her skeptical editors that she possessed the potential they had yet to recognize. But day after day, those hopes would gradually dissolve into the monotonous routine of rewriting press releases, transcribing mundane interviews, and producing articles that barely registered on the newspaper's readership radar. Her performance reviews were consistently lukewarm, filled with phrases like needs improvement and potential not yet realized, which served as constant reminders of her professional inadequacies. It was on an ordinary Wednesday afternoon, when the weight of another unremarkable assignment pressed heavily upon her shoulders, that fate would intervene in the most unexpected manner. The watch store was nestled between a vintage bookshop and a nondescript cafe, its window display showcasing an array of timepieces that seemed to blend into the urban landscape. Elena had entered the store with no particular expectation, merely seeking a replacement for her aging digital watch that had finally succumbed to years of wear and professional stress. The interior was meticulously organized, with display cases housing watches of varying designs, from minimalist digital models to elaborate mechanical masterpieces that seemed more like works of art than mere timekeeping devices. The watch that caught her eye was deceptively simple. Its sleek black surface was unmarred by unnecessary embellishments, with a digital display that seemed slightly more sophisticated than standard models. When she inquired about its specifications, the store attendant provided only the most basic information, his tone neutral and unremarkable. Little did Elena know that this unassuming timepiece would become the catalyst for a transformation that would redefine her entire professional existence. The first indication that something extraordinary was occurring came precisely at 6 a.m. the following morning. As the digital display flickered to life, a series of text messages began to populate its screen. Not random notifications, but a meticulously curated compilation of global events, breaking news, and emerging stories from across various sectors. These were not mere snippets of information. Each message was a comprehensive overview, providing context, potential angles, and intricate details that would typically require hours of research. Scientific breakthroughs, political developments, economic shifts, technological innovations, all were presented with a depth and clarity that seemed almost supernatural. At first, Elena was skeptical. She examined the watch, turning it over in her hands, searching for some technological explanation. But no discernible difference existed between this device and any standard digital watch. Yet, day after day, At precisely 6 a.m., the messages would appear, each more fascinating than the last. Her first major breakthrough came with a detailed message about an upcoming pharmaceutical merger that had not yet been publicly announced. The information was so precise, so nuanced, that when she presented her story to her editor, it was met with immediate interest. For the first time, her byline was not relegated to the inner pages, but prominently displayed near the front of the business section. Gradually, the watch became her most treasured professional tool. Its daily revelations were not random. They seemed almost tailored to her journalistic interests, providing her with insights and information that transformed her from an overlooked reporter to a journalist with an uncanny ability to uncover compelling narratives. International conferences, technological innovations, environmental discoveries. Each morning brought a new realm of potential stories. The watch did not simply provide information. It presented comprehensive narratives that begged to be investigated and reported. Elena began to approach her work with a renewed sense of purpose. Her articles became more profound, her research more thorough. Where once her writing had been pedestrian and uninspired, now each piece carried a depth and perspective that distinguished her from her peers. Her editors, who had previously viewed her with a mixture of indifference and mild disappointment, now sought her insights. Meetings that were once uncomfortable and filled with subtle criticism became opportunities for her to showcase her newfound journalistic prowess. The watch remained an enigma. Despite multiple attempts to understand its origin or mechanism, Elena could find no explanation. It did not connect to any known network, bore no identifiable manufacturer's mark beyond its basic digital interface, and seemed to operate through means completely incomprehensible to modern technological understanding. But Elena had long since ceased questioning its marvel. Instead, she embraced the extraordinary gift it represented, a daily portal into a world of unfolding stories waiting to be told. As months passed, her reputation transformed. What had once been a career marked by consistent mediocrity was now a trajectory of rising potential. Major publications began to take notice, and opportunities that had once seemed impossible now presented themselves with increasing frequency. Yet, beneath her professional success, a profound philosophical question lingered. Was her newfound success truly her own? Or was she merely a conduit for information provided by this mysterious device? The watch had given her everything, but at what cost to her journalistic integrity? These questions would dance in her mind during quiet moments, never fully resolved, always present like a subtle undercurrent to her remarkable professional renaissance. The chronicle of her transformation was not just about a magical watch, but about the potential that existed within her, potential that had always been present, merely waiting for the right catalyst to emerge. As another dawn approached, Elena waited, as she did every morning, for the digital display to illuminate, bringing with it another day's worth of extraordinary stories, another opportunity to transform the mundane into the magnificent. And so her journey continued, one mysterious message at a time.